He had everything: intelligence, talent, and big dreams. But one thing kept destroying it all: his own mind. This is a story of a boy who learned the most powerful skill in the world: how to control his thoughts.
In a small, peaceful town, there lived a boy named Ryan. Ryan was one of those kids everyone admired. He was smart, confident, and full of potential. He could do anything he wanted, and he knew it. Ever since he was little, Ryan dreamed of becoming a doctor. He wanted to help people, save lives, and make his parents proud. Everything seemed perfect, until one day, his own mind became his biggest enemy. Every time Ryan sat down to study, his mind refused to stay still. Sometimes it would wander to his phone, sometimes to social media, and sometimes into endless daydreams. He'd tell himself, "It's okay, I still have time. I'll study later." But that later never came. His parents warned him. His teachers reminded him. But Ryan believed one simple thing: if I'm smart, I'll succeed anyway. He didn't realize that intelligence means nothing without discipline. Months passed and the school scholarship exam arrived. Ryan had high hopes. He thought, if he could win this scholarship, his dream of becoming a doctor would finally come closer. But when the results came out, his heart sank. He had failed. His friends, the ones who studied with focus and routine, scored much better. And the same teachers who once praised him now looked at him with disappointment. That evening, Ryan sat alone in his room. The phone that once distracted him now lay silent beside him. For the first time, he faced the truth: he wasn't lacking intelligence. He was lacking control. That day, Ryan made a promise to himself: "I will change, no matter what it takes." Motivational undertone begins. The next morning, Ryan went in search of someone who could help him build discipline. That's when he met Coach Miller, the school's physical education teacher. Coach Miller wasn't just a sports coach. He was known for helping students build mental strength, focus, patience, and self-control. People said that under his guidance, even the most distracted students learned discipline. Ryan walked up to him and said, "Coach, I can't focus on my studies. Every time I try, my mind jumps from one thing to another. What should I do?" Coach Miller smiled and said, "Ryan, come with me. Let me show you something." He took Ryan to the school playground. From the equipment room, he brought out a toy bow and arrow. He placed a target board in the field and said, "If you can hit the center of this board, I'll know how focused you really are." Ryan tried. He aimed and shot, but the arrow missed. Coach Miller asked, "What were you looking at when you shot the arrow?" Ryan replied, "The trees, the field, and the board." The coach shook his head. "That's your problem, Ryan. You're looking at everything at the same time." He pointed at the target and said, "A focused person only sees the goal, nothing else. When you study, your goal should be the only thing in your mind. Not your phone, not YouTube, not distractions, just your dream." Ryan understood, but he asked, "Coach, where should I start? How can I become more disciplined?" Coach Miller smiled again and said, "There are 4 simple rules. Follow them, and you'll change your life." He raised one finger and said, "Rule 1. Control your thoughts. Whenever your mind starts to wander, remind yourself, this is my study time. Bring your focus back." Then he raised another finger. Rule 2. Create a routine. Decide when you'll study and when you'll rest. Stick to it, and soon your brain will follow the habit automatically. Then, Rule 3. Keep distractions away. Your phone, TV, useless apps, they steal your time. When it's time to study, keep them far from you. Finally, Rule 4. Practice every day. Discipline isn't built in one night, it's built through small daily habits. Consistency is the real key to success. Ryan took those words to heart. From that day on, he made a strict routine. He turned off his phone during study hours. He kept a small note on his desk that said, "My goal is to become a doctor." At first it was tough. His mind kept fighting back. But slowly, the noise inside started to fade. His focus grew stronger. Weeks turned into months. Ryan could now study for hours without distraction. When the next exam came, he was ready. And this time, he didn't just pass, he came first. A year later, Ryan stood on stage receiving his scholarship medal. As he looked at the shining medal in his hands, he remembered Coach Miller's words. The mind is like a wild horse. If you don't control it, it will drag you wherever it wants. But if you train it, it will take you straight to your destination. Ryan smiled that he finally understood the meaning of those words. From that day on, he lived by one rule. Train your mind with discipline and success will follow you. So if you ever feel lost, distracted, or lazy, remember Ryan's story. Success doesn't come from talent alone. It comes from focus, patience, and discipline. If you believe this story can inspire someone, like, share, and subscribe to stay with us.